Hey guys, my name is Hannah, welcome to my channel, and I would say let's have some fun today. So, like you can probably read in the title, today I want to talk to you about 3 new makeup things that entered my life and that are relatively new to me. I used them for some time now, so I can tell you my thoughts about them. And yeah, if you are interested in that, then I would say stay tuned and let's get started. So I thought I would go in the order I put my makeup on, so we start with the foundation. And the foundation I picked up recently is the foundation from McGrath, the Skin Fetish Sublime Perfection Foundation. Right off the bat, guys, I think the packaging is really beautiful. I never had a foundation with such beautiful packaging. It's glass with a really beautiful golden detail on the cap and on the end of the cap. And the feeling overall is really beautiful, really sturdy, and I think it's a beautiful experience. Foundation is coming in a really nice and beautiful, yeah, like velvety feeling packaging. It's all black and I love the concept of black and gold. I think it's a beautiful combo, and the overall experience with taking it out of the box, looking at it and have the heavy foundation in your hand, and the gold details overall are so perfect, and I think this is a really beautiful experience at first. And the foundation itself, I love it. To be honest, I thought it would be a little bit more thick and heavy looking on the skin, but it's nothing like that. It's a really thin foundation. In fact, it's really reminding me very much of my beloved MAC Face and Body foundation. That's my holy grail foundation, and I have this one for such a long time now, and I will purchase this one again and again. I know that because I love such foundations. But to be honest, I bought this one because I thought it's the opposite of my MAC foundation. Because my MAC foundation, it's really also that runny and really slidey type of foundation. So it don't have at the first bet the coverage that you maybe want or that you want to achieve. It's really a light coverage that you have when you first applying it. So you have to build this one up to get a medium buildable foundation, I would say. And I thought this is the opposite of this one, of my MAC foundation, to be honest. And that's because I bought this one, because I wanted to have a foundation that's really light and airy in coverage, and a foundation that's really a little bit thicker and really covers up my spots when I have some, and I feel I need a little bit something else than my MAC Face and Body. And I thought the McGrath one will give me that, but in fact it's more like that. And I'm not mad at it because I love such foundations, and I know I will use this one like crazy because of the fact, but it's pretty much the same. I would say the only difference between the McGrath and my MAC Face and Body is that the McGrath foundation is a little bit more mattifying. My MAC Face and Body is really, when you're first applying it, it's really shiny and a little bit more luminizing, and this one is really mattifying, and this is something I really appreciate as well, because when you're going out at night or something like that, you don't really want to glow that much, maybe, or not everywhere you put it on. So I like that it's a little bit more controlling of that. And yeah, overall, oh sorry, I didn't tell you which color I have. I have light 2, and it's the perfect match for me. To be honest, I was between light 1 and light 2, but I'm not that light, so I thought light 2 is the best. But here in Germany there was a big sale on light 1 and light 2 from the McGrath collection, from the foundations, and I waited because everything was sold out, and then it came back still in sale. And this was the first that came back in sale, and so I grabbed this one, and I'm so happy that this happened. It makes the decision so much easier, and I thought if it would be too dark or too light, I can mix in some other stuff, but I'm so happy that I don't need to, because it's such an expensive foundation. I didn't pay that much for it. I think I paid 50% off, and I'm really glad to, was able to get this at 50% off. I would say, I don't know if I would pay the full price for it, to be honest, because it's so much like my MAC Body foundation. So, and this one is relatively expensive as well if you think about it, but this one is so much more expensive. So if I have to choose one over the other, I think it would always be my MAC foundation, because I get such good quality like with the McGrath foundation, but with a little bit lower price tag, so this one would be more worth it for me. But the feeling overall with this one is something else, to be honest. My MAC foundation is more like, wait, I show it to you. This packaging is more like, you feel like a makeup artist with this one. But with this one I feel like an old Hollywood movie star, to be honest, because it's so beautiful and so heavy, and it's really something else. And if this is something that you really like, to have something that's really feeling that luxurious and beautiful and Hollywood-esque like, then this is really maybe a price that's worth it for you. And I would say then go for it, because I think it's really a beautiful product. And if you like, of course, lightweight, not heavy, really skin showing foundations, and this is something I really, really enjoy. So I'm so glad that I have this one now in my collection and put this on and feel like a superstar or something like that, because it's really so all luxurious and beautiful looking. I think it will last me a really long time. It have how many grams? I think it's have 35 milliliters, and I think I'm usually someone who don't put that much foundation on the face, so I think it will last me a really, really long time. In my opinion, it's really worth it, and it's really beautiful and so luxurious looking foundation, and I'm really loving it. So in the next step, after my face is done, I usually do my eye makeup, and for this one I used the KVD Vegan Beauty Edge of Reality eyeshadow palette. This one also came in a really beautiful white packaging, and the packaging was exactly looking like the palette itself. And on the back you have all the names of the shadows like you have at the palette, but in this case on the packaging the shade names are a little bit colorful, and the package itself, it has a really sleek and overall really monochromatic feel to it. So it's really, really beautiful. It's really not that heavy, but it has a little bit of weight to it. Not that much, but you can feel that it's there. The only problem I had with this one, to be honest, was the closure, because I'm usually someone who likes to take their palettes like that. But if you do it in a wrong way and you grab it a little bit too far up, then the packaging automatically opens. So you have to be really careful with that. It's happened one time to me and I dipped my finger in this lilac shade. So you have to get used to it, to be honest. But if you once get used to it and you know that it can happen, you automatically, or I automatically started to take it all the way and then put it there where I want it to be. But yeah, other than that, what can I say else? The packaging is really, it's not out of plastic, it's more like a paper packaging. It's because they really wanted to make a packaging that it's a little bit more ethical, and I think it's nothing wrong with that. It's nothing that bothers me, to be honest, but I think let's come to the inside of this palette. And the inside, it's looking like this. I also have footage from the shimmers right here that you can see. And I think they're looking at first glance really, really beautiful, and they are really beautiful, don't get me wrong. But over time I played now a little bit with this palette to can tell you what's right and what's not so right. Yeah, you can see my eye look right now, and you would think I didn't play it with that many colors, but in fact I did. It didn't really look like I have that many colors on my eyes, and this is what bothers me a little bit. I think this is not a palette where you can use that many colors on your eyelid, because it won't pay off in the end, to be honest. You never will see that you have that many colors. So I realized with this one it's really easier to just stick to maybe two really beautiful matte shades and 1 or 2 shimmer shades, because in the end it really will look smooched together and you can't see the difference anymore. This is something that I don't really like of this palette. I think the colors itself, they are really beautiful, and this is what draws me in the end into this palette. And I thought, okay, I want to give it a chance, I want to like it, and I do like it. If I do use just 1, 2, 3 colors at maximum, I think you can get really beautiful looks out of it. But if you want to do a really complicated and many color eyed look, then in the end you won't be satisfied with it. At least I wasn't, to be honest. And this is what makes me really sad. And the other thing, the eyeshadows, I had the imagination or the feeling with them that they are maybe a little bit more shiny and glitzy, but they are not really shimmery in my opinion. They are really, you have this beautiful light wash of color in the end, and they are a little bit reddish looking, but also not that much. But a little bit reddish looking, but not really that glitz, really sparkly eye that I imagined that you will get with this palette. So that was something that was making me a little bit disappointed. Maybe it's good for some people that don't really like to have that many things on their eyes and they really want a palette to be quick and easy and on the go, and I think this one would be really nice for something like that. It's not that I don't like this palette, but for that reason I think it's not that high up for me in comparison with my other palettes that I have, to be honest. And the colors themselves, they are a little bit more creamy, so they will crease eventually on your eyes. I think in my case they crease really fast, really fast, and I have to rub it a little bit in again. You can do this, there's no problem in that, but then the color overall will again look like one big color, and not that you put 3-4 eyeshadows on your lid. So this is something I really noticed. And what I noticed as well is when you put some of the not so toppery shades, shimmery shades on your lid, like this one or this reddish one or this lilac-y one, if you put them firstly on your lid and after that go in with a really toppery, beautiful glittery shade, as glittery as they can be, if you know what I mean, then I think the eyeshadows will last a little bit longer on your lid and you don't have to retouch it that often. But overall, to be honest, it will crease eventually because the shades themselves are really more like creamy feeling. They have a really creamy feeling to them, and you feel already when you put it on your finger that it's something that will crease in the end on your lids. So that is really something you have to consider at the end. Do I think it was worth it? I think I could have lived without it, to be honest, at the end. At the end of the day, I could have lived without it, and it wasn't a must-have, a must-buy for me. But yeah, I'm not mad that I have it now. I will continually using this one, but for certain looks only. This is not a palette to sit down and play, to be honest. This is just a really quick, beautiful, easy, fast palette to use, and not something you want to play with that long. And I think I will treat this one like that. That's nothing to be mad about it, or I'm not mad about it, but in my imagination, I thought it would be otherwise, to be honest. So last but not least, we come to the lips, and I bought the Victoria Beckham lip tint in the color Cherie. I'm really liking this one, to tell it straight away. The packaging was also really beautiful. It came in this really beautiful whitish, sleek looking packaging with her initials on it. And then you put out this really beautiful marble-like product and you look at it and it's so heavy, it's so beautiful. You feel the sturdiness of it. And when you open it, you have a really beautiful wand. And when you put this one on, you really notice that it's really watery at first, but at the end it dries down relatively fast and you are left with a beautiful tint on your lips, like the name is implying. So it's doing exactly that, what it's telling you that it will do. But when I tried to build this one up, I noticed that it's a little bit, rubbing off itself. So you are left with some really strange like leftovers from the lip tint on your lips. So when you use more than 2 layers, I think you won't like it as much because you will really see that you have some weird rubbing of product on your lips. And this is something I think no one wanted to have. So mostly put on 2 layers and be done. And after you put on the 2 layers, don't put your lips together and smear it together, because I think then you create this effect of that the product itself rubbing off on your lips. So let it dry first and then you can put your lips as many times as you want together and nothing will happen in the end. So then it's really beautiful and set, but when you're applying it, like I told you, really don't rub your lips together because then the product will come off in the end. So this is something I noticed, but other than that, it's a really hydrating, beautiful and really nice everyday product for me, and I know I will use it really often for my day-to-day life. I bought it when the sale was at Victoria Beckham's website, and I'm happy I bought it that way because I didn't have to pay shipping costs and the product itself was also 20% off, and I'm really happy that I bought it that way because otherwise I think it wouldn't be that worth it to me personally, because I have so many lip products that are also sheer and a little bit easier to use if I want to build them up, if you know what I mean. After I know now how to use this one and what is the best way to use it and to put it on your lips, I think it's a really beautiful product, but I'm not mad that I paid less for it, to be honest. So I wouldn't necessarily say that I would pay the full price for it. At the end of the day, I wouldn't pay that much for this product, to be honest, but I'm happy I have it now and I think it's looking beautiful on the lips. The lasting power is not that long, so if you want to have it all day long on your lips, you have to carry this product with yourself and reapply it over the day. It's not bothering me. I don't do that really. I always let my products here and I don't reapply it. I think when it's gone, it's gone. That's my mentality, but I wouldn't be mad to take it with me when I have to and reapply it. I think overall this product is a nice product. I really like the feeling on the lips. It's not drying, it's really hydrating, and this is something I don't think about when I think about lip tints, because they're always really shows up the dry areas on your lips. That doesn't do it, and that's really something that I'm appreciating. So guys, I rumbled really much today. I couldn't speak right, but I hope you don't mind it. I hope I could give you some background information, some information about this product, something that you wanted to know and now know, and it makes your decision easier to buy it or not. And I hope we will see each other in my next video, and until then, bye guys.